Why do people take not talking much or being quiet so personally? Because most people spend too much time overthinking stuff. Why aren't they talking more? Do they not like me? ? And quote. I'm a quiet person. I heard from a few people that it came off as arrogance. Like I was better than them. In most cases it was the exact opposite. Because extroverts think everyone is extroverted and likes small talk like they do. So if you're quiet, they think you're shy, angry, or don't like them. Because people become suspicious and distrustful of people who don't interact with others. I get where you're coming from. But no one knows that not talking much is part of your personality when you don't talk much. Because it's rude, and if you are rude to someone it means you don't like them. I appreciate people being quiet. It's rarely my experience that quiet people are actually quiet. As soon as they're in a safer situation like at home or with close friends they have plenty to say. It's usually being shy. They don't take it personally. They just want to include you in the conversation. They're uncomfortable with you being quiet, not anyone's fault, because they don't know why you're quiet. Source: I'm a quiet person too. It's fine if you don't want to offer anything. So long as you don't complain when people stop offering as well. This happens to me a lot. It is horrible being put on the spot when you aren't as talkative as everyone else. Luckily I am quiet, happy to listen, and have friends that prefer to talk to more than listen. Some people dislike silence. It makes them feel awkward and they have to fill that gap with something. I'm quite the opposite. I hate small talk and I don't think everything requires a reaction. What was the heaviest moment in a children's show/movie? I just watched Censor World and it's all bright colors and fun singing and dancing censors. I wasn't expecting the Nowhere King to actually be an elksure that separated his elk half from his human half. And the war going on in both the human and censor world was because he hated himself. I cried watching the ending scene where woman kills him after rejoining his elk and human self. Incredibly weird show but very heavy in places. I cried watching it. Don't know if many people have watched Star Wars Rebels, but when Kanan Jarrus dies. I completely lost it. Also the part where Darth Maul finds confronts Obi-Wan on Tatooine. He figures out that Obi-Wan is protecting someone important. When Obi-Wan deals the fatal strike as Maul is dying, he says, "He will avenge us." It's a sad conclusion to his painful life. Where he was abused by Sidious. It started off as a bit of a kid's show but got very deep. I'm going to list them all. Including books. When Bing Bong died. As someone with multiple mental illnesses, that movie hit me hard. Not exactly a children's movie. But the entirety of Dolphin Tale 2. Dolphin Tale 1 was pretty damn dark too, but the second one was the most emotionally devastating thing I've ever watched, to the point that I haven't watched the movie since I saw it in theaters. Not exactly sure how the book Dragon Wings ended up on my elementary school reading list. There were multiple scenes of domestic sexual assault, violent racism, and two kids calling each other bitches. The entirety of Coco, the next to last scene in Encanto by the river. How do you overcome jealousy? By having confidence in yourself and what you have to offer as a person and partner. My husband cycles with women in his cycling crew. I don't care. He has female friends that he sometimes meets up for lunch or dinner. Again, I don't care. I know that I and our marriage is the best thing in his life, and if he's willing to throw that all away and destroy our kids' lives, then that's on him. He is also the same. I often meet up with my male friends for dinner or lunch. I text them often. He doesn't care either. We trust each other and what we have. When my husband and I first got together, I was very insecure and easily jealous over many things for no reason. It's childish behavior. Thankfully I grew up. I put the work into myself through therapy and other means and gained the confidence and security that I was lacking when I was younger. It takes a lot of time and work, and there will always be good days and bad days, but you can get there. I think it also can be dependent on the type of partner you have. The only thing my husband does double takes for are classic cars and dogs that walk past. I know he only has eyes for me and he treats me well every day, so I never have to question his devotion to me. Or my place in life. If my husband wants to cheat on me, then he just does it. My jealousy would not change anything. If I could not trust my husband, I would separate. If I was afraid all the time that he would cheat on me, I would separate. If I had the feeling that I had to control him, control his cell phone, etc., I would separate. I am either in a happy, honest relationship or single. Fortunately, we have been in an absolutely great relationship for 13 years. I guess getting rid of jealousy gets easier when you find an equal partner who trusts you. They think that specifying /s when sarcasm is intended is a step toward not using our brains to read into context and tone? To answer your original question, no. I can't read tone from a stranger. I can't sense their intentions by how hard they struck the keys on their keyboard. I can't see expressions. So if this is the best way to indicate tone, please do it. No. Should we stop using punctuation because it forces us to decipher what the author meant? I don't know, man. Those Brits can be pretty dry. Feel like we need the /s a lot of the time. Most ads I see, I'd never buy. Most people I know feel this way too. So why are ads still used? You said most. Not all. I've often thought about the consequences of advertising being proven ineffective. Most, if not all, of our entertainment options would collapse. Everything on your TV would disappear. Sports events of all types would change drastically. Most of all, the internet might return to an information-based media instead of the frustrating, polarizing clown show that it is. Those food ads get my stomach rumbling sometimes. You think that? But the next time you're in the store and decide to buy a razor and find two options, Gillette and ABC, your brain will immediately tell you to get Gillette even though you've never tried any of them. If you hear a story 2 times, it's unlikely to be truth. If you hear the same lie 200 times, you will most likely believe in it. Politics works the same way. Do you watch trailers for upcoming movies or video games? I'm sure that some of them look cool to you and you decide to check them out when they release. Ads exist because they get some people interested in the product. They don't need to appeal to everyone or even most people. They just need to get the attention of a few people. Online ads are fairly low cost, so a small margin isn't a problem. Just buy enough such that the margin is a profit. Because they hire people who went to college to learn marketing. Because advertising has been proven to increase sales, otherwise it wouldn't be a thing. They want to get into your subconscious. If a friend mentioned to you about something they wanted to buy and you had seen the ad, there is a good chance that you will talk about the ad. They've made a sale, which is what they want. It's why they sometimes make annoying ads. People remember them and complain about them. By complaining about them, people are getting the word around of that company.